Good evening again. And welcome to the Thursdays series. From 6 to 6:30 we always have meditation on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then afterwards there is 1 hour interactive talk. And today's theme that they have put is your aura, is your conversation. I was a bit surprised when I saw that topic. But it is nice to reflect on what you transmit and your vibrations and in worldly context, your body language. That is all part of your conversation, actually, and not just the things you say, but also the way your eyes are, your attitude, even your physical position. It gives certain, certain signals to others. No, and others respond to that, others react to that. And it is not only about the words we speak. I remember growing up as a child in the tropics. There was a newsreader, and they are trained, how to talk and how to articulate and how to smile. But I used to feel her face smiles, but her eyes are sad. So there is as if something, the inner being, the higher being, expresses itself even more powerfully through the eyes, even though we can put our face to to smile. Words are maybe accurate and polite and face smiles, but eyes are sad. And so that is all part of your interaction and your communication with others. It shows who you are, what you are, and that is part of your interaction with others. So it is good to ask ourselves, what is it that we transmit? And even what is it that we transmit before we even speak? And before we speak, it's also useful to ask ourselves, why are we interacting and why are we saying what we are, what is it that we want to say and why? I have a friend who, before she started meditating, she said she used to talk a lot. talk. And she always wanted to be the main person in the room, everybody to listen to her. And so when she started to meditate, it took her little time to shift that habit around. She always wanted to talk. So, and she became more quiet. And so one day we asked her, well, how come you? What happened, what is it that shifted? And she said, I realized that I learn more when I listen. And I learn less when I talk. Because when I talk, I just say what I already have in my mind and know. But if I be quiet and listen, I learn more. And because I learn more, I feel more powerful inside, and I feel with more tools to deal with things that I need to deal with. And she said, and now, before I talk, I think. And she said, because she thinks before she talks, she has less regrets of what she says. It's nice to realize these things, no? But in today's topic, we wanted to highlight a little bit what is it that creates our vibrations? What is it that creates the energy that we emit, and what is it that others respond to also? No? How do we create that, what is it, that energy? Difficult. So when we think of ourselves, and when we think of our relationships and our interactions with others, we think of ourselves generally in terms of this is me, Priyanka. Priyanka is more beautiful than this sketch, but but we think of ourselves in terms of our physical appearance and the things around us, our job, the people, the position, the possessions, and our background, our ethnicity, and we say, this is me, male, female, and my interaction with others is, we see them with those eyes also. This is, who is this? This is Linda. And Linda also has her job, her family, her position, possession, education, background. And we think, okay, Priyanka and Linda are friends. I am this, and I interact and I communicate with her, and I know who she is because this is where she comes from, this is where she lives. But there is more to this story. There is more to this interaction than just what we see and what we hear. There is another part that happens in this exchange, and that is, there is the energy of thoughts, for example. There is the energy of, it's not just the words that are coming out of the mouth. There are also the thoughts behind. And have you observed that sometimes people speak things, but their thoughts might be something else? Has it happened to you? Sometimes people say, do you want to do this? And you say yes, but you think no. Does it happen in New York City? Or somebody tells you, do you like my clothes? And you say, yes, it looks nice. But inside you think, I don't like that color at all. So, thoughts are also part of this interaction. They are invisible, maybe, and we may not necessarily always perceive it, but it is there. And it is part of how I give myself in that interaction. You understand? There is that, and this is invisible to these eyes, but it is part of the energy that is created in the interaction. Now there are also certain feelings and emotions. Feelings, emotions. Let's say your boss tells you, by the end of the day, this and this has to be finished. And you say, yes, boss. But your thoughts and your feelings are can be very different. These people are so bossy. These people are overworking me. These people are abusing. Or you may think, yes, boss, but thought is, because I want to get a promotion, I will do your bidding. Whatever. This can be very disaligned. It can be aligned, but it can also be disaligned. And this disalignment, or this also creates a certain vibration, creates a certain atmosphere. And sometimes when people say we are light, it is when this is aligned. When people say I'm heavy, I feel burdened, or I feel stressed, or I feel down, it is because partly this is not aligned. But that energy is put out. I say yes, but inside, no. And what happens inside of us when we do like that? How do we feel about ourselves when our words are not in alignment with our thoughts and our feelings? We feel confused. You feel unsettled, you feel heavy. You may also feel guilty, yes. But also you may feel not very high self-respect. Because deeper inside you will feel, why can't I just say what I mean? Why don't I have the courage to be honest? Because there is some disalignment and discontentment comes from that. No? And so our whole presence carries an energy of maybe guilt, or maybe discontentment or confusion. That is all part of the conversation you are having. And it has its own results. It has its own return, sooner or later, which is very useful to realize. And we live in a world where there's very little attention paid. Sorry, I have to put this. This is feelings and emotions. We live in a world and we live in a society, we live in a culture where we generally pay very little attention to this. We pay a lot of attention to maybe our appearance and the look and the clothes. We pay attention to words to some extent. I am not too sure everyone does that, but at least we are more conscious of what we say. We pay attention to the things around us and the people and our money and all of that. But we pay little attention to the quality of our thinking. We pay very little attention to the quality of our feelings and our emotions. We pay little attention to the quality of our inner life and our inner world. But our inner life is what decides what is the word? If I feel our inner life decides our sense of well-being or not. Our inner life decides how we truly feel and see ourselves. Am I making sense? So it is useful to pay attention to quality of thoughts, and therefore quality of feelings. And so if you check your day today, and you've had maybe something like 60,000 thoughts today, what was the quality of these thoughts? The thoughts that you had from the moment that you woke up till now. What is the quality of those thoughts? Were they constructive thoughts? Were they positive thoughts? Were they elevated thoughts? Were they useless thoughts? Were they negative thoughts? Were they destructive thoughts? Because the energy of your thoughts is also what we radiate out into this world. Now people talk a lot about, pollution. No? The pollution of air, the pollution of water, just junk that is all over the planet. And now also noise pollution. But what about thought pollution? How much pollution, how much do we pollute this planet with our useless thinking or our negative thinking, and the energy and the vibrations that come from that? Now, what is the cause for thought pollution? And what would it look like if there is no thought pollution, but purity of thoughts? Anyone want to say something? Or anyone on Zoom want to say anything? What would it look like if there's no thought pollution? And what could we do to have no thought pollution?
A sense of lightness and like at home, connectedness.
Connectedness, you feel at home. Very nice.
A sense of emptiness.
Emptiness.
Yeah.
You say emptiness? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Emptiness of useless thoughts or negative thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, very good.
It would also be, there wouldn't be a difference between what I'm thinking and what I'm saying, and my thoughts would be pure, as in like, I will only have good wishes. I will not think the negative thoughts. Like I will, if someone asks, how is my dress, I will think of what's positive about it or what is good about it, and not necessarily what's
excellent.
Bad about it.
Excellent, yeah. You want to say anything? I'll say. Anyone on Zoom want to add? What would it look like if there's no thought pollution? But this is a nice thought, no? There will be good wishes. There will be good wishes, good feelings, good thoughts for everyone, for circumstances. Anyone?
It would be really peaceful, and there would be a lot more harmony.
It would be very peaceful and a lot more harmony. Yeah.
A clear mind.
A clear and clean mind. Mm-hmm. No
Feel
thought
secure?
pollution. Sorry?
You'll feel secure.
You will feel secure. You will feel safe. Very good.
A relaxed, pleasant expression on the face.
a relaxed,
That's what you
pleasant
would be like.
expression on the face.
Very relaxed and pleasant.
Sometimes when sitting in the subway, and well, most people are on their phone. But if you look at the expression on their face, many people are tense. Different expression. And it is interesting to see because we communicate actually in that way also. You pick up things. Very good. No thought pollution. But you can imagine also, even the space you live, the space where you work, the people you live with, the people you work with. What are you adding or what are you putting out in that space? Now, if you at work all the time think, oh, these people, they are so dirty, or they are so, they don't know anything. That is what you're putting out in the air. That is what you're putting out in the atmosphere, actually, not the air. That is what you're putting out in the atmosphere. And we all have our own, you could say almost like opportunity, not opportunity, our responsibility to contribute to our living space, our working space, the atmosphere that we are in. We are bringing ourselves in that space, and we are bringing our thoughts, we are bringing our feelings, we are bringing our vibrations, we are bringing our attitude. And there is one behavioral study where they were observing people's attitudes and following them for about 20 years. They were following, and every I think it was initially every month they would have interviewed to check their attitudes. And so what they say, there are 3 types of attitude people have. 3 types of attitude. So one type of attitude is people, this isn't like social environments, not like social gatherings. One type of attitude is person comes in and person says, what is there here for me? What can I get here? Or even what can I take? But that attitude of what can I get? What is here for me? The second type of attitude that they have found in these types of gathering is people come in and they complain. Nothing is good. Why is this light like that? Why is everything white? Why these people sitting facing there? Why these flowers are white and yellow? It shouldn't be like this. Why nobody greeted me at the door downstairs? There's attitude of complaining. Nothing is good. Finding fault. 10 things may be good, but that one thing that is not good, that they will press and voice. Attitude of the complainer. Third type of attitude they have observed in people is the attitude of wanting to collaborate, wanting to cooperate. They come in and they think, what can I give here? How can I help? How can I add to the whole? So these 3 types of attitudes, what can I get, take, complaining, and what can I give? Not simplified. And they have observed these people for 20 years and observing them for their life events, their development, character development. Now, which one of the 3 you think had most fulfilling relationships in their life? The third one, the one who wants to cooperate. Yeah. which one do you think has had a sense of contentment and fulfillment about their own life? The third one. Yeah. What they observed is that even in terms of success, career success, achievements in life, they observed that the third one came out the highest. And which one you think was the worst?
Second one.
Yeah, the complainers. Very interesting, in all things. And what they even observed is that even health situations, the third one came out best. And the second one came out worse in the long term. No? And these were big groups of people that they observed. And this is very useful for us to know that our attitude, our internal attitude towards things, towards people, towards life, has a lot to do with our life's experience and our sense of well-being, overall well-being, and the quality of our interactions and relationships. And attitude is part of that inner world, that inner kingdom. What is my attitude towards life? What is my attitude towards situations? Do I position myself in this world to take and to get and to accumulate by hook or crook, even if necessary? Or am I in this beggar mode all the time, complaining and nothing is good, they should give me, they should help me? This beggar mindset. Or am I here with this attitude? I have so much, let me give. How can I contribute? How can I cooperate? What can I learn? That is another attitude. The attitude of learning. What can I learn? Instead of complaining or criticizing or feeling everything is always like a problem. What can I learn? How can I grow from this? How can I move forward from this? And it's very useful to observe this within ourselves because, again, our sense of well-being and our sense of quality of life is very much connected with our inner attitude. I had, many years ago, I had a close friend, contact, close, but often working together, doing things together. And he was from a very privileged and well-off background. Parents have big business, and he was sent to the best colleges. He had a very privileged environment of growing up and was exposed to all kinds of things that could help him develop, sports and music. Everything was possible for him. Best universities. But he was always insecure or complaining. Never good enough. It was always wanting something else, something more. And so it was such a contrast because outer life was of such wealth and possibilities, not only wealth, but like possibilities and opportunities. But inner life was a misery. Always comparing, always competing, always complaining, never was good enough, insecure. And I thought, what a thing, no? Life offers him the best, but he can't he can't appreciate, he can't enjoy. He is all the time miserable. And then he can't sleep at night because he's scared maybe something will happen to his car tomorrow. There are 10 cars in the driveway, but he will fuss around and worry about that one, something might happen to it. And I thought, what misery we put ourselves through because of our inner positioning and inner attitude. Now, how can we use these understandings for ourselves? What can we do to make our inner life the highest and not have this thought pollution? And also in our interactions with others, not bring our thought pollution on them. Any ideas what you can do?
Gratitude for what I have.
Very good. That is one thing. Now, to see what you already have instead of focusing on what you think you don't have. Very good. There is this power in an attitude of gratitude. Now, and what is interesting with these gratitude practices, say you go through the whole day and you did 30 things. And in this beggar mindset or this needy mindset, 30 things you did and one thing didn't go well, but 29 things went well. So this beggar mindset, what will it do? It will focus on that one thing that didn't go well. But then that is the message we send to our subconscious. I am not good. I didn't do well. 29 things went well, but that one thing, at night we will think, oh, it shouldn't have been. Why? I didn't do. I'm not good. I should get better. And it goes in the subconscious. We dream about it, and in the morning, the low we feel not the highest because of we have fed ourselves and we have fed our subconscious with this thought, I failed. 29 times you were successful and lucky and whatever, but that one time, and we stress on that, and that feeds our subconscious. And it forms subconsciously our self-image, our sense of identity. You have a conversation with maybe 10 people in a day. One conversation didn't go well. What will stay in our mind, in the beggar mind? That one conversation. And we take it to heart. 9 conversations with people went well, but we don't take that in. We as if focus on what was not good. So, this attitude of gratitude, and we can to some extent train ourselves and pay attention to make sure that we nurture ourselves with focusing on what is good, focusing with what works. Now, I sometimes ask people, what is this? Those who know can't say. What is this? Yeah, it is a miracle. But most people don't see miracle. And what is this? Another miracle. Your eyes are miracles, your ears are miracles, your vocal cords are miracles. The whole body is a miracle. Do you jump out of bed in the morning and say, wow, so many miracles everywhere? Sun comes up is a miracle. Sun goes down is another miracle. The evening sky is a miracle. Your phone is a man-made miracle. We are surrounded with so many miracles. But what do we see? Somehow we have positioned ourselves in a way that we focus on what is not there, what is lacking, what I need, or some fear of losing whatever is there. And that doesn't only manifest in our words, it also manifests in how we think, how we feel, our emotions, our attitude, and the vibrations that we spread. And also it manifests through our eyes and the energy of our vision. So gratitude is one way. What else can we do? Please take the mic.
Volunteer for help.
Volunteer for help? You mean like serving?
Yeah.
Very
Like a
good.
service.
Yeah, very good. Excellent.
Meditate, connect with Baba's
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, very good.
Share with others.
Yeah, it's a little bit what.
Yeah.
Remind me your name? Yeah? Otilia. Otilia. Otilia? Okay. This energy of giving, this energy of helping, this energy of serving, this energy of sharing, it sends to our subconscious a message. You have so much to give. It sends a positive message to our subconscious that what I'm doing is good, and it even physically it creates dopamine and serotonin in our hormone system, which lifts our mood. But deeper inside, there is a sense of self-respect that grows when you have an attitude and an activity of giving and of sharing and of helping and of volunteering. One time, I was traveling on a train in India, and I don't eat food that is bought from the street. I eat food that I prepare myself. But this was a long train ride, and someone said opposite to me, two people came in, elderly people, and they didn't look very well off, but they also looked extremely hungry. And so at some stage I pull out my food thing and sandwich, and their eyes go, and I could see they are hungry, but it is my only food packet. Now, until I reach, I won't have for. But I see these people so hungry looking at my food. And you could see that they are hungry, they are skinny and whatever. So they could use, and I don't look skinny at all, sitting there with my good food in the hand. So I decided to give food away to them. Even though I knew for the next 10 hours I will not have. But I observed deeper inside. I felt so good about myself. And that feeling, that feel-good feeling, lasted for several days without any reason other than that action of renouncing, of helping, of comforting. And deeper inside, there was a sense of self-respect. I have done something for another, renouncing my own comforts. And it taught me such an important lesson in life, because we grew up in a culture and a society that has two words only: me and mine. Me, mine, mine. Give me. Give me. And I mean, I can do that, I can take, I can accumulate, but it doesn't give me that same joy and that same deeper sense of pride and self-respect of when I give. When I even sacrifice my own comforts for the well-being or the happiness of others. And also, what I later realized is what good wishes do they not have for me? Their good energy comes to me also. No? They will be grateful. And they will remember for a while this lady who gave us food on the train. She didn't have to. We didn't have to pay. So these are simple things in life, but we tread over them as if nothing, and we do not realize the importance of these things. And we are so quick to judge, we are so quick to condemn, we are so quick to withdraw, we are so quick to, it doesn't help us. Because whatever unpleasantness or negativity I think, I'm creating that for myself inside. Even somebody may be nasty, even somebody may be unpleasant, but if I am keeping those thoughts within me, I am polluting my own inner world. Doesn't help me, and it also doesn't help the other. And all of these invisible, subtle dynamics, they play out in our interactions. And then we feel, what happened? What did I do? But it is, all these things are there in the background. Not even background, it is there. But we do not realize the power of these things. So your thoughts, your vibrations, the energy that you transmit, your emotions, your attitude, your vision for others, it is all part of your conversation. It is all part of the interaction. Now, spirituality brings in even something higher. Can I have the hand mic? Spirituality and meditative practices focus on the understanding that we are spiritual beings, souls, beings of consciousness. We are not human beings. Human beings is the part that we act out for a temporary period in time. But we are beings of consciousness. We are timeless living beings of light who are innately godlike. And we are brothers. We belong to the same family of souls. We belong to that same Father, the Supreme Soul, same parent, God. And we have come in this physical world, we have come in this body temporarily to play the game of human life. And so, if this is in my awareness, my attitude will be very different. We have come here as guests. Body is a guest house. But behind there is my brother, my soul brother. If I come into an interaction with the attitude of brotherhood is very different than I want. They don't belong to me. They are different. Attitude is very different if we have this spiritual awareness. Thoughts and feelings will be very different. Vision even will be very different. I'm not seeing them by their job or their financial possibilities or their success and their relationships or even by their appearance or their gender. That is all part of the vehicle. Behind there is my brother, invisible spiritual being of living light, the soul. And so the understanding in Raj Yoga and in meditation is that if we live in soul consciousness or soul awareness, then our thoughts and feelings will be very different. And our emotions will be different. And then of course our words and our behavior will also be very different. So on our spiritual journey and in our meditation practices, to shift from this limited sense of self and this limited sense of others, this limited self, or this limited sense of who I am, and interact to this more spiritual awareness, timeless, pure, godlike beings of light, invisible actors. And this is the act. We play out the part. You want to say anything? Ask anything? Anyone on Zoom? You all are so quiet today. I'm so quiet.
I had a question.
Go ahead. Payal, I think.
Yeah, oh sorry, I thought someone
Go
was
ahead.
using the mic and
Yeah.
asking there. No, the question was, I think we have some habits sometimes where we have patterns with people and we're so deeply rooted in that body conscious pattern and our sanskars and our old ideas and the same like almost automatic like knee-jerk reactions to people. How do we shift out of that when it's quite a deep pattern?
Mm-hmm. We didn't go deeply into that, but if we withdraw our inner, what am I doing? Our inner world. If we withdraw the inner kingdom, in the soul, then there is the mind, In the soul there is mind. I should do it a bit different. This is the mind. If this would be like represents the mind. Then there is the subconscious mind. And in the subconscious, we have stored our sanskars, our tendencies, our habits, our inclinations, our beliefs, our thinking patterns. They are all stored here. And they push thoughts in our mind, and they drive behavior patterns, even through the body, but also thought patterns and feelings and attitudes. This is what Payal is saying, these deeper beliefs and tendencies and habits that are there. And we have an intellect. So this is mind, this is the subconscious storage of all your impressions and tendencies and habits. And there is the intellect. Intellect is our ability to discern. Intellect is our capacity to say yes or no. Intellect is our ability to analyze and decide and choose and to think deeply. Now, when some thought pattern pops up, or some habit, or some behavior, the intellect can interfere. So, for example, some thought, I want ice cream. I don't like these neighbors. I hate dogs. Whatever, all kinds of things come. And of course, we are ready to behave like that. Take money, run to ice cream corner and get. But the intellect has the power to stop it, to interfere in that. And say, no, that is not very, not very intelligent, or this is not what we decided. The intellect has the ability to interfere in these patterns and to shift things around. So at night you come home and you did 30 things and 29 things were good. And this habit comes to think of that one thing that I did not good. Why they said like that? They should not have said. I should have said. Tomorrow I will say, look at this thing. This is not right. I have to call the lawyer. This thing can go on. 29 things were good. This chatter, this thought pollution, taking center stage in your mind. The intellect can say no to these type of thoughts. The intellect can say, why don't we think about those other 29 things that were successful? The intellect can say, why don't we feel good about all the victories that were there? Intellect can say, you were lucky, 29 things were good. One thing, tomorrow we will see how to go about it. 29 things were so good. And if we consciously do that, that goes into the subconscious. We as if reprogram the subconscious patterns. But we can do that through the, through the function of the intellect. But for that, we need to strengthen and nurture the intellect. You need to feed it. And how do you feel the intellect? You feed your intellect with wisdom. You feed your intellect with reflection and silence. You feed your intellect with spiritual wisdom and studies. Like how we are doing now, we are strengthening the intellect. you strengthen your intellect through the practices of meditation. You strengthen the intellect through the practice of silence. No, my friend was saying she used to talk a lot. Now she's more quiet because she learns more when she listens. She's strengthening the intellect. We strengthen the intellect by choosing right company. And right company is not only of people. Good company is also your cell phone and YouTube and Instagram. Choose the right company that strengthens your understandings, your discerning powers. Avoid alcohol because that blunts the intellect, for example. No, certain lifestyle and habits and loud music, it blunts the intellect. So make sensible choices to strengthen the intellect so that these patterns and habits and belief systems that are not helpful when they interfere in your inner world, that you have the power to say, what is this? 29 times was so good. I should give a celebration instead of feeling grumbly and mumbly and depressed. Then you go to bed in that mode, and then of course you will wake up in that mode. You know, one easy thing. Now we were in Peace Village this weekend. Some of you were there last weekend. And Peace Village is our retreat center up in the Catskill Mountains. And Peace Village, one of the interesting and beautiful things of Peace Village, they have all weather kind of things. So in one weekend, we went from summer to spring, to winter, to snow, to rain. And we can sit there grumbling, oh, it's raining, oh, snow, so cold. But it is beautiful to see. One day we enjoyed summer, nice walk in the woods. The other day it was white falling from the sky. The other day it was fresh rain, and so the whole nature become fresh. But you can also look at this weather, freezing cold, snowing, rain, and then when the sun is too hot, you know, as if the weather can never do right. But the weather is not the problem. We are the problem inside. But we need the strength of the intellect to observe that and to say, what am I just creating misery for my own self? This thought pollution inside. Use the strength of the intellect to say, no, what is this? To choose differently, to go about things in a different way. So, good luck and all best wishes on your journey of strengthening the intellect. Anyone has any final comments or thoughts? Yeah, I forgot, sorry. Yeah. Is it on? Yeah, okay.
Just building on what you were saying, I observe that when, like, I have meditated and I know that I'm connected, like the sister was also saying, like, you don't get those thoughts and you're like, you're not trying to like think differently or even like feel differently about what is coming as things come. But like when either I lose the connection or awareness in the middle of the day with like too many things happening, now I'm like so much work. I feel like I have to do like now bring a lot more like thoughts to change those things. So if I'm like I don't know how I'm supposed to exist. Is it like the work that I'm supposed to do by like thought all the way, all the time, or like maintain connection? Like it doesn't feel permanent. I'm like more like, is the work that I'm doing even like transforming me deeply, or is it only when I am connected? Is it working?
No, at this moment in time, our subconscious is overflowing with body conscious impressions. And it will not just change because few days or few years I have been practicing soul consciousness. But also, on top of that, we live in a system and in a society that is utterly body conscious. So there is constant, almost impact on your mind and intellect that pulls us down. So at this time, we need to have a certain ongoing interest in paying attention to this. And to create a lifestyle and an environment that nurtures this. But because by default, at this moment in time, in our present society, it is not nurtured. It is actually continuously bombarded. So it is like, it's not that the work we're doing is not working, it is, but we should not underestimate the forces to the opposite. That's it? Yeah. So at this moment, it does need an ongoing vigilance. But there are things we can do that help us. Create a rhythm of your meditation, create a rhythm of your studies, spiritual studies, create a rhythm of good company. A certain lifestyle practices help. I meditate every morning, 4 o'clock. I study every morning. And on top of that, this is part of my environment on a daily basis. And I feel this is what is required and needed. And there are times when things are natural, but then something impacts or something influences. It needs attention. Okay? Okay, well, thank you. We are over time already. Let's close with a minute of silence.